morning, ladies. I hope you all are doing well. It's been a little while since I've been on here. Life has been very, very busy. Last Friday, we had my daughter's art exhibition, the opening night of it, and that was really, really nice. And so she looked beautiful, and her photography was just gorgeous. And anyway, it was a really good family night. We enjoyed that a lot, and just so proud of her as she prepares to graduate from college. And anyway, then Saturday we've been doing, remember for the Super Bowl, I decorated, when we watch the Super Bowl and stuff. Well, we're a huge basketball family. And so for the NCAA tournament, we've all done brackets and all that. And so normally we would have like our special fun meal the night of the championship, but it's on a Monday night. And so like both of the older kids are back at college and that kind of thing. And so we decided to do it on Saturday night for the Final Four. And so I had gotten all of those basketball decorations when Party City was going out of business. So I decorated, and we had sliders and homemade fries and mozzarella cheese sticks and bagel bite pizzas and cupcakes, and we just had a great evening together. We ate in the den and watched the games, and it was so much fun. So really enjoyed that, and I thought I would give you all a little story that happened to me on Monday, just to give you a little chuckle. If life is not going your way, this may make you feel better about your day. So Monday, I had to move a load of cattle, and I needed to move some of them to a different farm, and then some of them were going to the stock yard to be sold. And so anyway, I had gotten them up that morning. Well, first of all, I had gotten the truck and trailer hooked up the night before, and that morning I had backed it up by myself, got it in place, which is quite a feat because I'm not that great at backing up. But I had gotten it in place, and then I had gotten all the cows in. I had sorted them by myself. I was just so proud of how well I had done. So there was a gentleman, a friend of ours, that was coming to help me because I do most everything myself, but my husband's a little uncomfortable with me driving the trailer completely loaded. The only thing that I've hauled so far is our blind and deaf cow. And so other than that, then we get somebody else to haul for us using our equipment. But anyway, so I was waiting on him to come. So he came, we got everybody loaded on the trailer with no problem, and we get ready to pull out, and he said, "There's something wrong with your tire on your trailer." And I looked, and it had like little bubbles kind of coming out of the side wall, like air was coming out or whatever. And so I said, "Well, do you think we can put air in it and keep going?" He said, "No." He said, "I think we've got too much weight on here for that." He said, "I'm afraid like the tire would pop off." And so anyway, Monday was a rainy day here. The weather had held while we got everybody loaded. So as we're getting ready, so we have to change the tire on the trailer. Mind you, the trailer is completely loaded with cattle, including a very grumpy bull. So I said, "Do you want to unload everybody and then then change the tire?" He said, "No." He said, "We'll just go ahead and jack it up with everybody on there and change it." And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. Well, anyway, so just as we get ready to work on it, the skies open up, and we're out there changing this tire in the pouring rain. I mean, you could wring water out of my clothes 2.5 hours later when I got home. And so anyway, we did get it done, but it did make me quite nervous because, you've got all of these thousands of pounds of cattle on this trailer, and you're trying to jack it up and change the tire. And anyway, I was thankful no one got hurt. But in doing that, I had my phone, which I think I told you all, I ran over my phone with the tractor, and it still works, but the phone has not had the easiest of lives. And so anyway, I had my phone in my back pocket while we were changing the tire on the trailer, and I had it, so here's my phone, and where you plug it in to charge it is right here, and I had it in my pocket like this. So the charging port was actually facing up, and I didn't realize that. So later we get in the truck and I go to charge my phone and it won't charge. It says liquid detected. And so anyway, we're in the truck. I mean, there's nothing I can do. My battery was super low. So I texted my husband to let him know what was going on, so he wouldn't be worried. I made it back home and I had like 2% left on my phone. And I went to put it in rice, trying to like soak up some of the water and stuff in it, because that usually will work. And so I had to go get the kids. So I didn't realize till I got to the car, I looked at my phone, and where the little charging port is, a piece of rice was stuck in it. And so anyway, I thought, oh, let me try to get that out. And so I had to stop and get gas. And so I thought, well, I'll run into the gas station and get some toothpicks to see if I can use the toothpick to get the piece of rice out. And so I put the toothpick in and broke it off in my charging port. So now I have rice and a toothpick in the charging port. So anyway, it was just not going well. So finally, I remembered I had like a little tiny knife in my purse. So I got that out and just started digging around in there, and I thought, I'm either going to fix it or break it. And so anyway, I got everything out, and I guess all of that being up in the charging port dried it out, and I was able to charge it and everything. But it was quite a day, let me tell you, between the flat tire and then the phone. And anyway, it was very interesting, but God was good and everything got done, and we didn't have any other problems or that kind of thing. But it gave all of my kids a good chuckle, let me say. But anyway, so that's kind of what's been going on with me. But just wanted to start today. Easter's coming. April is just like flying by. And I think because Easter came so late this year, it was like, I keep thinking I've got plenty of time, and I really don't. And so I really need to get moving on my Easter baskets. I've ordered some things, I've gotten some things, but I still need to do some more. Because, when you're doing Easter baskets for 6 kids, it's quite a bit. But one thing that always slips up on me, and I don't know if it does on you guys, we love to dye Easter eggs, for Easter, the kids do. And so it's one of those things that it's sort of like carving your pumpkin. If you aren't careful, it'll slip up on you, and it'll be the day before the holiday, and you haven't done that. And so anyway, I wanted to get my calendar out, and I encourage you to do the same, and just to mark down, these things. So like, if Easter is on the 20th, I want to dye my Easter eggs a few days ahead of time so that, we can enjoy the pretty colors and things. So I'm thinking, my kids are off from school on Good Friday. I'm not sure whether I want to do it Good Friday or if I want to do it like maybe Wednesday. Maybe we'll do it Wednesday just to be able to enjoy them a few days longer. And, if you don't have kids at home, do Easter eggs anyway. I'll tell you, I have been wanting, I saw in a magazine, I think it was, years ago, and I've always wanted to try this, and I haven't, where somebody had taken chalkboard paint, so not chalk paint, but chalkboard paint, and it's black, and painted the eggs and let them dry, and then they used colored chalk to like put designs and stuff on them. But there's lots of ways as an adult you can do the eggs that maybe children wouldn't have the patience for. You can stencil on them, just all different kinds of things. I saw a lady on Instagram this week. She had put silk cloth around them that was like printed, and then put muslin around that to hold the color in, and tied it, and then boiled them like that. And then when she unwrapped them, the print from the fabric was on the egg. It was so pretty, but you could do like Mod Podge, and like with really pretty floral napkins or something. But anyway, it's so much fun. And it's, holidays are just, they should be a time of celebration and enjoyment. And so you know, if you don't have kids at home, you can still have fun. So anyway, I encourage you to do that. But I also wanted to think about my Easter lunch ahead of time and just get that menu planned out, because, you know, it just helps me if I know what I'm going to do ahead of time. So anyway, I thought I would go ahead and make out my menu today for that. And then I've just got a ton of things I need to get done, like registering my daughter for her field trip. You know, everything's online now. They don't send home permission slips, you know, on paper. So I need to do that. I need to order my daughter's graduation announcements, finalize the menu for her graduation dinner. You know, just, I have a whole list of things in my head, and I need to get it down on paper, because I'm afraid, like, time is going to slip up on me and I won't get things done. She needs to have her senior pictures done and that kind of thing. So anyway, sometimes you just need a few minutes of quiet in order to sit down and get your thoughts down on paper, just to get organized and kind of see what you've got. But anyway, so just wanted to get some of those things done today. And then I want to finish up, I still have not finished my front porch for Easter. And so I thought what we would do is maybe go outside after I make out my menu for Easter. I thought I would just go outside and take you guys with me and just decorate that real quick. I know in my head what I want to do. Hopefully it will turn out well. You never know. Do you ever have that where you're like, oh, I know exactly how I'm going to decorate, and then you get out there to do it and it's like it doesn't turn out anything like what you hoped? So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll turn out okay. I usually put ferns outside, and I'm still going to do that. But here, let's see. Last week we were in the 80s. Today it's in the 40s. And night before last it was down in the 20s. So I'm not ready for ferns yet. I think they would not make it in this weather. So hopefully it's supposed to warm up again next week. So I might have some ferns out there by Easter, but we'll just see. But I do like the ferns, and if nothing else, I'll have them through May. But anyway, I have a wreath, though, that I want to show you that I got. And so anyway, I'll show you that when we go outside. I'm super excited about it. But anyway, well, let's get going. I'm going to write out my menu, and then we're going to head outside and get the front porch finished. All right, guys, so we're going to start first with my wreath. Now, I very rarely, actually never, well, one time, I have spent more than $20 on a wreath, and that was for a Christmas wreath, and it had like lights and stuff. But normally I don't spend any more than 20 bucks on a wreath, because it's going to be outside and all that. I was in Home Goods and I saw this wreath and I fell in love with it, and it was $34.99. And I went back and forth like, oh, do I spend that much? I mean, you know, because I just don't normally do that. But I have to tell you, I'm so glad I got it. Isn't this the cutest thing, with the two little bunnies and then the little carrot ribbon? I don't know if you, it's got little carrots on it, and I just absolutely loved it. Love the greenery, and it's so full. So that's the wreath for Easter. So we're gonna hang that. But I loved it. It just, to me, it was just perfect. So anyway, I really like that up there. Now, I will tell you, I tried to find an Easter mat to go at my door. All of the ones I found were online, and they were very expensive. And I couldn't find any like in the Dollar Tree or Dollar General or Walmart or Target or anything like that. So I just went with, and Johnny's in front of the mat here. Johnny, can you say hello? I went with this one, and it's, you know, just basic, says welcome, but I thought, you know, I can use that for other things as well. So, but I wanted just more of a natural color combination out here for Easter. So I wanted a crate. Whoops, let me fix that. So I wanted like an antique crate is what I had in my head. And I found one, but it was $38. And I just didn't feel like it was worth it. And I'd already spent $34 on the wreath. So I had this already. And so anyway, it's like a little barrel, but I think I want to turn it upside down so that it has, like, you know, the top here. That's not doing y'all a lot of good, is it, if you can't see? There we go. And so I wanted to put, I got these little bunnies, and I got them at Hobby Lobby, half off, and they're kind of solid and fairly heavy, so they shouldn't blow. But I wanted them to go here on this, and then to just put like greenery around it. Now I got some things here from the Dollar Tree, like greenery and a little garland. I also have this, which was a wreath I usually use. I'm not sure, it would be cute like over them, like sitting there and they're in it, but I don't think the yellow goes with everything else that I'm trying to do. So I think we won't use that, and we'll see how this turns out. Okay. And this is not my forte in life, let me just say. So it may look absolutely horrible, but we will see. Johnny, do not eat my bunnies. I just wanted, I got all of these at the Dollar Tree because honestly I just didn't want to spend much with it. Here. I'm hoping the bunnies and the garland are going to hide some of this. We may go back to the wreath if this doesn't turn out well. Maybe I just have too much going on here. Let's take those off. And just do this. Whoops. Should have put the bunnies on first. I want them to look like they're kind of, you know, nestled in there. What do you think? Does that work? I guess that works. And then these we can just use somewhere else. And I have a couple little carrots. We will just put those there. So it's cute, you know, and that little thing didn't cost a whole lot, so since I was using what I had. And then this I normally use inside, but he kind of went with what I was thinking, so I thought I would just set him there. I had gotten him at Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and the kids always make fun of him because he has no eyes, but it's actually kind of why I liked him. So anyway, I think that's all I'm gonna do. So super simple for Easter, and eventually I will get the ferns, and if I get them before Easter, I have like little wire things they sit in on each side of the door, and what I'll do is put the ferns in the back and like move the barrel down one step and the bunny down one step, probably, unless I can fit everything on there. But anyway, so this is how it all turned out. I've got my wreath on the door, which I'm just in love with the wreath. I love that. Got my little bunnies hiding here in the barrel. Just a welcome mat, very, very simple, and my white bunny. So was just going for basic neutral colors on this, and that's about it. So Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and thanks so much for tuning in, and I will try not to be such a stranger from now on and get on here more often. And just take you guys along with me as we prepare for graduation and get all of that nailed down. And also got some things I've been thinking about in my mind as far as things for the house, you know, just different things that I'd like to do. So anyway, just make sure you hit that subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.